You've got to keep that writing. I took 2 or 3 months off where I didn't do much writing and got out of the habit. And you just need to keep the ball rolling. So
right.
So is the idea for it, is the trilogy a kind of an encased story, or are you looking to be an ongoing thing?
Yeah, well, each book now, the first book ends with kind of a cliffhanger. Every other book after this will be self-contained. Now, there will be some long story arcs. But for the most part, each book now will be an individual book. And I've got ideas now for as many as 5 of them.
Okay, great.
So that's what I was going to ask. Next step. How far do you see this going, and where do you want to possibly branch off into different genres? I know we've talked about other kind of detective novels or even things that involve research in Louisville and kind of different books. So what's kind of like the 5-year plan?
Well, I've also got a novel called Jericho. It's about Rudy Jericho, a private eye here in Louisville, Kentucky, where the city is as much a character as the characters are.
Right. And
then my daughters, who are now 10 years old, they're into dragons. In these woods there to be dragons. So I've agreed to write a fantasy novel for my daughters, and that's another case where, again, the story popped into my head, and I've got a 3-book series that I want to write for my girls, kind of like when Stephen King wrote Eye of the Dragon for his kids.
Sure.
I'm going to write this one for my kids. So I can see me writing for the next 15, 20 years without stopping.
That's great. I mean, that's a great legacy, too, to kind of leave behind.
That's cool. So would the just to expand on the dragon thing, is that going to be like a young adult series for them when they're in their teens, or is this going to be something that...
No, it'll be a young adult series. Matter of fact, the characters in the book will be twin girls, and book... The opening chapter starts with their birth, and then the second chapter starts 16 years later. We're about ready to turn 16.
Yeah, of course, their father, the king,
That's right. That's exactly it. It's good to be the king.
I like it. That's great, man.
Well, Tony, why don't you plug some things? What do you got coming up? Why don't you go over your website? Let's get the URL to your website, your Twitter account, your Facebook, and anything you have coming up.
Well, the website is TonyAcree.com. That's TonyAcree. 2 E's.com. Twitter is at Tony Acree. Facebook is the same thing. I have both a regular page and an author's page. Coming up, I'm going to the next event is Busting for Autism in Houston, Texas.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It is. They're actually, this is my first, what you would call, paid gig. They're actually paying to bring me down, sign books. They've read the book and really liked it, so they're going to have me down there for a visit. And it's a wonderful cause, raising money for a group that hires, there's a camp that they hire teachers and counselors, and this helps pay for that.
That's fantastic. That sounds really good. So is there a web page or anything that people can look up for that? Do you know?
I have it on my events page at TonyAcree.com.
Okay, great. Well, I'll link to all this on our website, DTMMBmedia.com. I'll also link to DTMMBmedia.com/Hand of God, and that'll take you to Tony's page for his book on Amazon, where you can buy either the hard copy or the digital copy. And I suggest you go out there and give it a shot. I love this book. I think it's fantastic. I've gotten more than one copy. I bought a copy for my own mother, so I think that's a pretty good endorsement.
It's a fantastic endorsement. I thank you for it.
So we've been here tonight with... Oh, go ahead.
I can say my children's college fund thanks you for it as well. Thank you.
Great. Any final thoughts, Chris?
Well, I've just really enjoyed the time with you today, Mr. Acree, and appreciate it. Wish you all the best in the future, for sure, man. I'm looking forward to checking... I mean, you got at least 3 of these books coming, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the sequel. I know my mom is, I am, and I know there's plenty of other fans out there that can't wait to see what happens to Victor and what's coming up next.
Well, again, that's probably one of the better compliments I got. There was a lady at Thornton's that I go to all the time that I didn't know she had bought the book, and I came in one day, and she said, I am so mad at you. And I'm like, what did I do? She was like, I bought your book. I said, oh, thanks. She goes, stop. She says, I bought it. I got to the end, and you're going to make me wait? And she was visibly angry. And if you can get that emotion out of people, that's what you want. So
right. But
thanks for having me, guys. It's a blast. I have to come back for the next book.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Thanks again. We'll see. Yeah.
It's a great honor. It's our first. This is our first official interview.
You
right?
are our first official interview. We've got several planned, but we wanted to bring you in first.
Well, I appreciate that. And when this goes supernova. This operation, I'll be able to say, I knew you guys win.
Yeah, so. I think we'll all be able to say
Episode 500, yes. We bring back the original guest.
Right? Exactly, yeah. Once he's a major star.
Just so you remember, I will always remember my peeps. So.
There you go, man. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
This has been a Don't Tell Me My Business media production.
Keep that dog quiet!